So I'm checking out Siwri's PvP Pro March Formation Calculator. Okay, so Siwri has very kindly offered to let my viewers have 3 days free access to his calculator to see how they like it, see if you want to keep using it in the future. So join me at the end of the video and I will give you the details for that free code. Now this is his big dog. Let's see how this stacks up against standard marches. When spending in game, if you're using an Android device, you can get up to a 20% discount. Check out the description for more. Okay, so Siwri Pro PvP, I'm currently looking at the version 1.7. I've been hoping to try this out for a few months now. Now I finally be able to get to do a review for you guys, see whether this is the tool for you. So, what have we got? Well, if you want to find it, you can do a search for Siwri Pro PvP. Otherwise, please do go to EnglishTim.com, and on here you can check out the PvE calculator. This one I've reviewed before. It's a really great calculator. Then you can go to PvP at the bottom here. It will then give you the link to go to his website. I'll also put a link in the description down below so you can get straight to it. Okay, so now what are we looking at? So this is the home page, the start page on his calculator. So you can choose from a variety of different languages. So keep going through till you find the one that you recognize. Now the instructions: you want to fill out your statistic, toggle which troops that you're going to be using on the march. So you can choose your selection of different troops, and PvP tab will show you which troops you should send on your battle. So if you click on the how to use, it'll take you to the video that Siwri's set up for how to use this. You can also join his Discord group, and he's got some other socials here, so feel free to check him out and have a chat. So the one big ticket is, you'll see up here, it's $39.69. It's basically $40 a month. So I mean, this is a high ticket item. So that sets the bar pretty high for what we're looking to achieve for us. There are free calculators out there. I've got one on my website, EnglishTim.com. Revenge used to have one as well. I'm not sure if that's still running. So you can find other ones, and of course you can just set up your own march. So this has to beat a standard march to make this definitely worth that ticket. So what you want to do is you need to contact Siwri to get the login details. So if you contact Siwri online, and he'll send you an ID and a code, and then you need to type that in here. So for you guys who aren't convinced about this kind of spend, Siwri has given me a special discount code so you can use it free for a number of days. So join me at the end of the video and I will give you the details for that free code. Okay, so with that free code you can type in your ID, type in your code here, and now it will just immediately log you in, so it won't have a pop-up or anything. So you are now logged in, ready to go. So now when you go to the stats page, this is really important. Send the march you're going to be testing with so that you can get the latest stats. You now want to take those stats and put them into each of these slots. So troop attack, infantry attack. Interestingly, army damage, that's the same as troop damage, I'm pretty sure. So add all these details, and at the bottom you've got your march capacity. One thing I have picked up here is every single one of these is an attack or a damage stat. There's no defense, there's no health. So there's no reduction of damage stats either. We can imply from this that this is effectively maximizing your attacking damage. It's not going to take any account of where you're strong in defense. So this is very much a hit them, get the best attack calculator. So we'll see how that performs in the real world. See if that's better than having a stronger defense. If you get a better attack, then maybe that is the way to go. So you fill out your stats, and then if you want to go to the troops page, then you want to set up whether you're doing a critical march or a mixed march. So if you're doing a mixed march, then make sure that you've got one of all the lower level troops and that you've got those trained ready to actually use in practice. If you're doing a critical march, I've been chatting with Siwri and he tells me that he recommends a 1-tier infantry, 2-tier cavalry, 3-tier bowman approach. So I will be comparing his recommended approach with the standard, arguably top tier and second tier critical march. So T13, T12 versus here will be a T13 infantry, T12, T13 cavalry. And so I'm doing a 2-tier cavalry, so T11 and T13. I haven't actually checked with him if he'd recommend T12s over T11s, but that's the data I'm going to use today. And then for bowmen, I'm using T11, T12 and T13. So that's me setting up the stats. So to change your numbers, by the way, you can click the left and right arrows. So 1 means on, 0 or nothing means off, I think. Or you can use the drop down here. Select the 1 to be turning that one on. So binary system +1. A point I found out of interest was I was logged in about 4 or 5 weeks ago, and when I came back on, the figures that I'd typed in last month weren't still there, so I don't know if I didn't save them correctly or whether this tool doesn't save, so it'd be great if someone can let me know in the comments down below if this does have a save function. I've just missed it. Okay, so now we set our stats, we've set our troops, we're ready now to see what's the recommended battle formation. So you click on PvP. Now on this page there are a few extra options as well, so if you look at the drop down here you can do a focus. So at the minute I've left it blank, but you can also focus to have cavalry 1, so just putting more into your cavalry, cavalry 2 more into that, a different version. I need to check my description from him as to how these actually work. Alright, so Siwri was telling me that you can use Bowman 2 mode to attack a player with lower stats but a high amount of troops. It should grant you more kills with Bowman heroes. He normally recommends that you use Standard, Bowman 1 or Cavalry 1 modes. Now you can also play with your infantry ratio. You can't choose to have 2 tiers of infantry, you can only have 1 with this calculator. But you can here select anywhere between 30% and 50% for your infantry. That's a decent range. 45 is a very good starting point, so I'm going to stick with that. So it'll tell you how many T13 infantry you need. And now below it's going to show you the cavalry bowman mix. So you want to set this up in your march and you want to send this out. Royal Arena for me is the best place to test it, so that's where we're going to go now. Okay, so I'm heading over to the Royal Arena. You'll notice, any of you who know my normal levels of power, that I've not got my war armor on. I want to make sure I lose these battles. If I win, then I can't keep testing and this video is dead. So I am without my war armor, but I will be sending my dragon. I'm going to take out my heroes because they do have a lot of variability. Sometimes they hit hard, sometimes they don't. So I'm trying to standardize it as best as I can. Okay, so the test format. I'm going to be testing it against a typical 40, 25, 35 march. 40% infantry, 25% cavalry, 35% bow, and also that's going to be an 80% is top tier, 20% lower tier. I mean, that's a really standard march, so you'll be able to get that from any one of the calculators you might be using. And now to make the testing much more consistent, I'm going to get rid of crit. So I will do that for his, and I will do it for mine. It gets rid of that random bang, massive hit sometimes, no hit other times. So break crit, always important when you're doing your testing, in my opinion, to break the crit. So take one troop out, add any low tier troop who's going to do the least change. So let's put in one more Reaper. We've now broken our crit. We have 7 types of troop. This will help make it a much more accurate and consistent test. Okay, so battle 1. Got no battle armor on, I'm super weak. What I'm always testing here is how many troops they've lost. So 98,778. So 98,778. There's our first result. Now let's repeat that. Okay, now let's try it out against Siwri's march. Okay, so I've set up my march for Siwri, I've broken my crit, the same, and now we've got everything, heroes are gone. Let's try some of those marches, see how this performs. Okay, so March 1, I lost 516 to 106 basically, so let's try that one again. 509, 322, and 107, 344. Okay, so if we check out the stats now, you can see that these are my results from the Siwri standard march and the results from a standard 40, 25, 35 march. Number of losses in this column here, and then the difference. So for me, that's the bottom line of winning or losing, is really about the difference, but let's have a look. So on average, I lost 397,000 odd troops with Siwri's march, and with a standard 40, 25, 35, I lost 401,000. So that's 3,500 more deaths using a standard march versus Siwri's march. So in this quick test, Siwri's march has performed better. So in this march, that would be around just shy of a 1% improvement on input performance. It's definitely a win. Question for you guys is that worth $40 a month? Make your own decision, try the calculator out yourself. I think I need to run it all again and just check and see. multiple tests, different opponents, things will be very, very different. So let's try that now, shall we? Okay, so we've got that formation set up, so let's go to the Royal Arena and check it out. So I'm going to take on Doc here. He's got a Stronghold level 44. I haven't got my battle armor on, so I should still lose this one. So we've got the march set up from previously. I've just got to remember I'm taking out the heroes. So I've made sure I'm breaking my crit. 544, 774 troops, so I will do that as my test. Now I will be testing this against a 45, 20, 35 march. So 45% infantry, 20% cavalry, 35% bow. Let's see how this goes. And it will be a 2-2-2 march. So T13, T12 of the bow, cavalry and infantry. So a very standard march. Okay, I won. That just totally messes it up. So let's try again. No battle armor and I still won. So, no battle armor. Hero's gone. Broken crit. There we go, I've got my defeat. That's important. So, series first march. 544774 plays 32363. Okay, now let's try this one again. So, kills 28,506. Let's do one more of these. 48,417. So now let's try this against the 45-20 march and see how it compares. Okay, so you can see I've got 544774 again, and I have broken my crit. Get rid of those heroes, and now let's do that comparison. And we have 34,341. Okay, redoing that second march where I messed up and sent my heroes for Siwri, so let's send that one now and see how it goes. Okay, so let's put all those figures together and see how this performs against the 45, 20, 35 march. So we've got everyone lost every single time, so that's absolutely to be expected when you're not wearing your battle armor. So difference 512, 516, 516, so actually pretty consistent there. And then against the other one 513, 512 and 510. So what's that mean? The average, on average, series march would have lost you, you would have had a difference of 515. So your kills would have actually been lower by nearly 2,500 than the 45, 20, 35 march. So for this one we're showing, so I've done two sets of tests now. One showed Siwri up by about 3,000, the other one showed Siwri down by about 2,500. So my simplest conclusion is it's here or there. It's a very good calculator. It will give you a very good march. Is it worth $40? I mean, that's for you guys to decide. Please do try it out. You've got 3 days to be able to use this. See if you come up with better results. I'm going to use their standard march on Siwri's calculator. I didn't check what I was coming up against, so it's perfectly possible one of his tweaked marches will actually get you better results. So please do experiment with it. Find out if this one is worth it. You've got 3 days from when I launched this video, so please do check it out. I'll give you that code, so where is it now? Okay, so here's the code. So you need the ID, needs to be EnglishTim KOA, and that's got a capital E, capital T, capital KOA, and the code is going to be KOA, all capitals, 2023, KOA 2023. That should give you up to 3 days worth of free access to Siwri's tool. Judge it on its merits, give it a go. See if you can get great results using Siwri's calculator. He spent a long time building it, so if you can help support him, that's awesome. If you want to keep upgrading your account, check out this playlist here. It'll show you how to boost your battle stats and how to grow in the game. I'm EnglishTim. Thanks for watching today.